On Monday, the Philippines identified the locations of 4 new military bases that will be accessed by the U.S. as part of an expanded defense agreement aimed at countering China, according to analysts.
The 4 bases include 3 on the main island of Luzon, near Taiwan, and 1 in Palawan Province in the South China Sea, SCS. The U.S. has been increasing efforts to expand its Indo-Pacific security options in recent months amid growing concerns over China's aggressive regional posture. The new locations, opened under the 2014 Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement (EDCA), will allow the U.S. to rotate forces through a total of 9 bases across the Philippines, including the strategically located Balabac Island near Chinese installations in the SCS. These new locations will strengthen U.S. and Philippine military interoperability and enable us to respond more synergistically together to a range of shared challenges in the Indo-Pacific region, including natural disasters and humanitarian crises, Pentagon spokesperson Sabrina Singh said during a press briefing on Monday. The announcement of the locations follows a series of well-known U.S. military agreements across the region, including plans to share defense technology with India and deploy new U.S. Marine units to Japanese islands. Earlier this year, the U.S. Marine Corps also opened a new base on Guam, a strategically important U.S. island east of the Philippines. The location, known as Camp Laz, is the first new Marine base in 70 years and could eventually host 5,000 Marines. Although news of the expanded access was announced in early February, the base locations remained unknown. On Monday, allies identified 4 new sites as Balabac Island in Palawan, Camilo Ojos Naval Base in Santa Ana, Cagayan Province, Lalo Airport in Cagayan, and Notre de la Cruz Camp in Gamu, Isabela. In a press release, the Philippine Defense Minister, Carlito Galvez Jr., referred to 4 military bases as very strategic, particularly the naval bases in Cagayan and on Balabac Island. The Camilo Ojos Naval Base in northern Luzon is located just 500 kilometers, 310 miles from Kaohsiung, the third largest city in Taiwan with a population of 2.7 million. Galvez said Balabac is on an important sea communication route in the South China Sea, where Manila and Beijing have competing territorial claims, including on islands where Beijing has built military fortifications. Colin Ko, a research fellow at the S. Rajaratnam School of International Studies in Singapore, said the new military bases would play a role in potential conflicts in the region. Sites in the northern part are not only intended for potential conflict with Taiwan, but also have uses in the South China Sea conflict, Ko said. It is difficult to imagine a Taiwan Strait conflict not involving the South China Sea dimension. Ko identified the Bashi Strait in the northern part of the Luzon Strait, closer to Taiwan, as a critical passage, both for Chinese naval forces to exit from the depths of the South China Sea and enter the open Pacific to target U.S. military installations in Guam to the east, and for U.S. warships to enter the South China Sea. He also emphasized the proximity of Balabac to the disputed Mischief Reef, an atoll where China has built an artificial island with military facilities. The Balabac site allows for intelligence gathering and air and naval activity staging in the region during peacetime, which can bring Mischief Reef under closer scrutiny, Ko said. The Communist Party of China claims almost all of the South China Sea as its sovereign territory, just as it does Taiwan, a democratic island with a population of 23.5 million that has never been controlled by China. U.S. and Philippine officials stressed that the 4 new bases would not see a permanent U.S. military presence, that is not allowed under the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement, but would be available to U.S. forces in emergency situations. This is really about regional readiness, Singh said at a press conference on Monday. You will see an increase in rotational forces in the region, he said, adding that the Department of Defense would work with Philippine partners to quickly modernize the bases. The announcement comes as U.S. and Philippine forces prepare for their largest joint military exercise this month, with an estimated 17,600 troops from both allies joining in Exercise Balaket in 23. Washington and Manila are bound by a mutual defense treaty signed in 1951 that remains in effect, making it the oldest bilateral defense alliance in the region for the United States.